Hey guys, it's Brennan the Paleo Dude. Welcome back to another unboxing video. So, sorry about the venue. It's not my usual setup, but I'm currently on the road and I wanted to unbox these guys. So I'll be doing it on the back of my car. Just bear with me for this one. I'll probably do another video later looking at them in better detail and getting some comparisons in. So this one was one that I was highly anticipating, the Metricanthosaurus, and the color is actually pretty unique. We haven't seen this style yet because this guy is from Jurassic Park, and of course we saw the vial in the first movie, and its head and name are on multiple different maps and whatnot, so it was present, if not its DNA, during the events of Jurassic Park. So this is Mattel's coloration for the Jurassic Park version of the Metricanthosaurus, and why it's not the Jurassic World coloration that we saw in the 2015 promotional images, which I would have loved, but this is just as awesome, and I love the color. It very much fits the Jurassic Park dinosaur color scheme. It's not too outlandish, and it's really nice and unique and kind of stands apart from the rest. So that's pretty neat. And then the Corythosaurus, I would have gotten more. There's 4 of them available at Target when I stopped down, but for $22, that's like 30 Canadian. So I had to settle with 2 of them, and actually passed up on getting John Hammond and Nedry this time just to get another one because they were 15 each, and the 2 of them would have been $40 Canadian, which is super cringe. So big no-no. I'll wait till they're on sale. And obviously Corythosaurus is from Jurassic Park 3. Love the paint job, one of my favorite hadrosaurs in the movie, and of course the third movie's my favorite, so all the designs are just beautiful to me, very stunning. Love the colors, and love the little scene they included on the back there. So let's dive right into the Corythosaurus first. It's got a moving jaw, so I'm excited to see what the head looks like from a front view, since the Herrerasaurus did suffer from like that eating bees syndrome or whatever they called it, where it was super puffy on the sides. I did not bring scissors with me since I'm just randomly out here, so I'll use my keys. RIP box. And just like hacksaw that. There we go. And freedom. So I'll put the box back there, I guess. We'll make like a kind of makeshift stand for these guys. Wow, that is really nice. There's some purplish color on the back there and on the neck too. The tail looks extraordinary. I like the black highlighting this kind of orangey yellow. So there we go. Tail is free. I don't have a para for comparison, but this feels a bit longer than the Proceratosaurus tail, which is nice. I think there's some little thingies holding these in, so I'll just kind of rip it out with brute force. Since again we don't have scissors, I can kind of get that around the leg. Anyways, now that's out of the way. So neck articulation, head articulation, of course you can turn it down a bit. The neck kind of stops at a certain point, you can see there. I get stuck on that kind of like under ridge. But it goes up quite a way, so you can have it that typical like hadrosaur like stance where the back kind of dips down and then goes up again, and the head can look up, and then it can also look down like it's drinking. That is very nice, and it looks a lot less derpy from the front than the para. I'm pretty sure they probably fixed, I guess, that like wide jaw looking effect. I mean, it still looks pretty wide, but it doesn't look as silly. It looks pretty normal. And of course the body itself, you can see, is very tall. The leg articulation, I think, I mean, don't quote me on this, obviously I could be wrong, but the Proceratosaurus has connected feet, I think, whereas the Corythosaurus has a joint there. I'll have to compare. Again, I'm totally like going out on a limb here and saying that because I don't have the para with me, but I think I'm wrong. Maybe? I don't know. Anyways, no wrist articulation, just like the para. And let's actually put that tail in now. Kind of snap that in. Yeah, that's in. And then kind of line that up so it's aligned. Wow, the proportions are actually really great on this. This tail does look way longer than a para's tail. Usually in renders, the Corythosaurus is kind of upright on its haunches. So let's kind of position it like that, and then I'll show you what that looks like. So the Corytho kind of in like promo images stands like that. Wow, that is beautiful. I might just go down and buy the other two. Oh my god, that is so nice. You can see the paint job on the head is quite spectacular, if it'd focus. So we've got the orange eye, the pupil's black. I'm sure they didn't color it in, they just left it open for that black around the eye to fill in. The crest is red with those little lines. Again, they just left it open because the mold is actually just that color, kind of like creamy white, more white than creamy. Kind of looks like vanilla ice cream with those little flakes. And the jaws kind of open a little bit on the front, and you can see the tongue. They didn't paint the top jaw, but they painted the tongue. Let's close that on up. And then the little arms bending down. You can see all the muscles and the skin and all the wrinkles and folds. Very spectacular level of detailing with that. Even the muscles on the legs and like the kneecap wrinkles. Then down the tail. The tail is posable rubber, and of course there's so many different ways you can articulate this figure. But damn, yeah, that is beautiful. That is so nice. It's like eye candy. So let's move on to the Metricanthosaurus. Go put her back there. I don't know. I'll put it down there. Okay, Metricantho time. So this guy's nice because this is the first time we ever see the coloration, so it's not going to be like staring at something from the movie, which is completely fine because it's just as beautiful. So key that one up and release it from its box. It gives me like these kind of tigery, not tigery, what am I thinking of, lion? I don't know. Patterns are pretty mammalistic, if that's even a word. And it's got like this Komodo dragon-like scaling on the back tail here. The hand's just kind of in with this little, yeah, remove that. There we go. Get that out of the way. So you can see, ooh, the jaw's pretty loose actually. The bottom jaw only goes just a tad bit up and a tad bit down. That's pretty peculiar. I totally wasn't thinking about how both jaws open and close, but like the bottom one has stoppers that kind of restrict it from going as far as you'd want it to go, whereas the top jaw moves the most. So you can kind of move the bottom jaw and then, oh, you gotta close the bottom. Okay, there we go. Interesting. I wasn't expecting that. The neck kind of feels like that of the Ceratosaurus neck. It's got a little bit of bulk to it. It's like chubby, but this one's rounder. From the top view, it's not as thin, but you can still have a wide range of motion to it without that chub kind of like restricting the axis, like the movement too badly. Like you can rotate it. I really like the way the head stands out too, because it's got this kind of awkward bend to it. Like it's not straight, it goes and then dips down. Both the bottom and the top jaw do that. So it's yeah, pretty unique looking guy. They painted the crests a different color than under the eye and the snout. See, again, kind of, it just gives like a very mammally feel to it. Something about like the way the face is shaped and the nose, but I love it. It's so unique to the Jurassic lineup, and of course very nostalgic in the sense that the name was there in a lot of the merchandise, and same with the head and the skull logo. So it's very much on par with that, which is really nice. And of course they painted the claws, which is fantastic. All three of them are kind of black. It's kind of got like a grippy look to it, kind of like curling down, very Jurassic Park-esque, not off to the side like an actual dinosaur. So that's also really nice that they have that detail in there. Now the posability of the legs, we've got of course ankle, midfoot, and knee. They're pretty long too when they're fully outstretched, but the tail, yeah, completely forgot about putting that on. Kind of pop it in there. It's upside down, so I gotta fix that. Proportionally, it looks pretty nice. I'll set it on the roof here. There we go. Tail length to body length is fantastic. Looks completely natural. Love the coloration on the legs and how it kind of feeds into those lines along the back and then into the head being all one color brown. It's a nice kind of transition from that color into the rest of the body color, kind of like a pinky beige. And then the underbelly is kind of like this white creamy beige, which is like phasing from that darker kind of brown, and then stops right where the tail connects, of course, because they all kind of do that with Mattel's figures. It's already kind of scuffed. It's fine. I'm probably gonna get like 2 or 3 of this guy actually, for photography and stuff. But really love that coloration that they had, like the transition. They didn't need to make it half on the bottom jaw. They could have just had it all brown, like dark brown, but they decided to do that, and it looks far greater. I really like the style they went with. Kind of makes me feel like there was a color palette for the Jurassic Park Metricanthosaurus that we never saw, but Mattel had access to, because this is like pretty intentional. This definitely feels very movie-esque. From like a design perspective, especially with how Mattel usually doesn't do this with the jaws and how they specifically did it here. Pretty sus about that. So I'll get to the last Corythosaurus out, this guy, and then we'll have all 3 of them together and we can move on to, I guess, the Brachio. So let's zoom out and watch me destroy this package. It is so nice to have these figures out. I've been waiting a whole day, and I know I always say, oh, I've got so much on the stockpile to get through, and I mean, I really do. I just picked up the Maisie with Lystrosaurus like a few weeks ago on eBay, and I also got my hands on the pack with the Megaraptor, which I never got my hands on, from the Dominion lineup, and then of course the Ellie set also. So I've got so much to go through, but these are like a special deal because they're Hammond collection, and of course they're so beautiful. Uh-oh, I got a loose limb. Whoop. That sucks. Maybe if I move it in, it won't be so loose. Oh, both of them are loose. Uh-oh. That's fine. They're just the arms, it's not the legs. I can live with that. So let's see what it looks like on all 4s, because hadrosaurs alternate. Bring the camera up here. Get the packages out of the way. So that actually looks nice. It's very balanced. But I can also have it down. Yeah, I guess that looks fine. Kind of like the normal walking better. There we go. Oh. So kind of like that. And then we have the Cory normal. There we go. Kinda. They look fantastic. Oh my god, yeah, I'm probably gonna bite the bullet and get the last two. It's probably gonna cost me like $50, $60 Canadian. I don't know. Ugh. It's kind of worth it. It's like 40, 45 American for the two of them would be like, probably be 50 something, 60 Canadian. That's fine. I'll get another two because they're just so cool. And a weird thing that I've noticed, I've messaged a few of the American collectors who are going after these guys, and it seems like the Ichthyovenetinator isn't on the shelves at Target right now. I hit 3 of them. I know that's not a large sample size to base off of, but I did not see any, not even like scan code kind of pegs to say they have it in stock. So very odd. Might have to pick that one up online. Same with the juvenile T-Rex and Stegosaurus. I did not see those, and I have not heard word from anyone who has. But for now, these guys are great, and I'll be happy photographing them until I can track down the other few figures from this lineup. I still have to get the male raptor and the Geosternbergia and Ankylosaurus, so I've got a lot to go from the original, I mean the last lineup, not the original lineup. Man, that is fantastic. So there you have it, the Metricanthosaurus and Corythosaurus unboxing video. I will be comparing them to other figures once I get back home, so stay tuned for those videos, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one in the time being. And make sure to check out some of my previous ones as well as my other ones, which I'll be doing literally right after this. I don't know if I'll be posting them first